So in the last video, we covered creating a new map, and now we have our new map. In this video, I'm going to cover creating our world. So I'm going to go to Edit Map after I click on our new map. And here we have the world builder. So in the top left corner, we have our mesh window. And you click on a cube, you get a cube. You click on a slope, you get a slope. Click on a corner, you get a corner. Cross, it's a cross of two planes. And a billboard is always facing our camera. So I chose sci-fi outside for our tile sets. We have these meshes, and that's great, but this is not what we want to draw on our map. In fact, if you draw on the map with this texture applied, you just get a plain white. And that's not what we want. So you click down here, and it opens up the textures available from our tile set. So if I click on this, this is an auto tile, and I can select what parts of the auto tile I want to use for the texture on my mesh. And one of the features I added is that you can now leave this auto tile window open while you place meshes in 3D space. And this is really useful for auto tiles because let's say I want to draw this. Okay, almost done here. There we go. It's a little tricky trying to find what tiles actually go where for animated auto tiles. The process for regular auto tiles is actually much quicker. So there we go. Now we got this little pond of water here. And I'll draw some grass. And I do plan to add some ways to speed things up further, because this does get a little bit tedious having to draw each tile like this. And before I did this, I mean, I'm sure you could imagine how slow it would be having to close out this window, close out this window, and then jump to our map editor and draw a piece, and then have to come back here again, open up all of these windows again. I don't know where this trail is going, but it's going. And I'll end it right here. And then I'll fill in around it with some grass. Alright, so let's see what else we can add. Maybe we can draw like a little house here. Yeah, I'll draw like a little building or something. And let's find a good material here. This one looks pretty okay. So I don't think I want to draw a house with a plane. I mean, you technically can with rotating it, but with the cube, it's just much faster. So I'm going to select all of these sides, and I'm not worried about the top or the bottom. And I'm going to choose this brick material that we had before. Okay, so for our cube, I am going to hide all of the textures except for the ones that I want to draw. So I'm going to start with one side of the cube at a time. So I'm going to start with one side of the cube at a time. Let me see which side I'm drawing on. And I'll draw one side of our building. So now on this face, I'm going to draw the same. Let's see how wide is our building. think I can go one more. I clicked the wrong texture here. Then I'm going to make this texture transparent, and I'm going to jump to this one here, and this one should be our front. Yeah. And one more side. And I left part of the wall on the inside visible here. That's okay. It's not going to be visible to the player because I'm going to put a roof on this. Now I'm going to go with slope, and I'll rotate this about right there. And I'm going to put a little bit of a offset on this as well. I think I'm going to try a different texture for this. That's not perfect, but I think it's okay. Okay, so I'm going to put some cubes here. And I'm going to have to offset these as well. Now there's still a little bit of a gap here between this, and I'm going to fix that by adding some kind of a trim or something. And I'm just going to make a cube here. Let's see how this turns out. I'll set my position back to 0. I'm going to change my pivot here to be negative 0.5 on the X, and I'll change my scale on the X to be 10, I believe. Should be thick enough. Yeah, okay, so now I just need to position this negative 0.5. And maybe not the best for the sides here. I'll find a different material for the sides. I think this will be okay. And now let's decorate the house a little bit. So on this cube, I'm gonna erase everything. Let's add some cubes up front. I forgot I gotta reset this back to its original scale. And I'm going to move this position over slightly here to -5, and I'm going to bring this up to 2.5. I guess we could put a sign up front here too as well. So I'm going to reset my position. But the scale, I'm going to change. There we go. Now, I want this visible on both sides, so I'll change the cull face, and front makes it visible on the opposite side, but I want it visible on both sides, so I'm going to choose no cull face. And I'll hide this. Cool. Alright, so I'll add a little bit more decoration here. I'm going to choose a billboard, and I'll add this plant here. And I'll set this along the back side here. I'll add this tree as well. I'm going to change the scale for this tree, and I'm going to change the pivot. Okay, so I think that's good for right now. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.